midst of all the OGs dropping. What the hell? We got to talk about it, man. Yo, what is up, and welcome to yet another episode of the Miseducation of Music. You are here with J-Treb, and I got a special guest with me again, man, for another album breakdown. You know, maybe I should start putting green screen on one of these, so then we can put the album we talking about.
That'd be hard. That'd be hard. That'd be hard.
Boy, that'd be cold as well. Because Fantano does that shit. He just puts a green screen.
That'd be hard. That'd be hard.
Okay. Hey,
this is how we come up with ideas, by the way.
Might happen.
Mid-recording. Mid-recording ideas.
And it gets left in because who's going to edit that out, man? Man, look, we are in here today to talk about this Baby Keem album. This is... Fire. I think it's dope. But I also, I'm going to be honest, I had to go back and listen to different people's first album because there was so much like bigger artist music being shoved down my throat.
100%.
So it was almost like, wait, I gotta like
refresh yourself.
I can't expect him to be as good as or rap like or get the beats that this 100%. Person gets. And I had to like put myself in that different mindset because I started with watching reviews and I shouldn't have did that.
Oh yeah, no, I
listened to the album and then I was like, okay, let me watch the review. I watched Sean C. He was like, I'm kind of disappointed. And then Fantano was like, it's kind of some mid. I was like, bruh. What? So you gotta put your this is his first album ears on, man. And with that being said, we gotta dive into it, man. How are you feeling just about the album overall? Now that you sat with it,
it's really good. For what it is, it's really good.
That's like, for what it is. I feel like it's an asterisk.
Yeah. Like because I'm coming off listening to Donda. Right? CLB, like, and so now, and then also the Kendrick verse. It was a polished Kendrick verse.
We also came off of a Family Ties. Family Ties was your single.
It was crazy.
We'll do Rag Activity drop beforehand, but like, we talk about that when we get there. But like, do Rag Activity drop before that. But like, the main single here was like that Family Ties going into this joint, man.
And it was like a polished Kendrick. So when this came, I was like. I didn't watch reviews. So my first listen through, I was like texting our group chat too. I was like,
I did the listen, but I was like, man, I gotta know what they're saying.
Yeah, true. But like for me, I was like the first half or first couple songs we'll dive more deeper into it. But the first couple songs were really good. The middle was kind of dry for me, and then after Coco with Don Toliver. That part.
It just starts getting crazy. Yeah. I actually feel that energy, man. Yeah. Somebody, I think it was one of the reviews I was watching. They said this has like a whole bunch of Black Air Force energy.
True.
Very true. But like, I don't know. It's like, I agree with what you're saying with the split, but like, there's just a few songs in that beginning that really caught me too. Let's just dive straight into this joint, bro. Trademark USA. I love that intro damn near more than a lot of the songs.
Yeah. No,
like,
crazy.
Bro. That's how you intro an album, bro.
Crazy. Like,
how was you feeling off the front end?
Bro, I loved it. Because, like, at first I was like, okay, this is kind of almost like mellow. And then the bass drops. I was like, oh.
I was about to say, I give this man credit for his beat switching.
Yeah, 100%.
There's beat switches everywhere. I don't know. I almost don't know if he knows how to rap on a beat if it's just straight through. Like, there's only, like 4 or 5 of those damn near?
Like, I wanted to talk about this later on, too. But I think, like, especially on a debut project, the... kind of what he's doing with like multiple characters in his rap,
giving everybody a taste of everything he's got going on.
I'm like, I love it
because you got to find out what we rocking with, so your fan base can become a part of this music.
100%, yeah. So like, you have that 2-Phone Baby Keem, which is like
2-Phone Baby Keem, Boo Man. We got everybody on this bitch.
Like bro,
everybody,
crazy.
So this one has that crazy beast which we were talking about, and I want to jump right into Pink Panties because I think this is like that. Yeah. Wow, you trying some different shit that I ain't never seen before.
100%.
I don't know how much I like the chorus, but I do got to give him his credit for it sounding completely different than anything I thought I would have expected.
Exactly. Like I was not prepared. But like,
no.
Like,
but the verses are crazy. Like that's some experimental shit where I'm just like, this is insane. And hold on, let me play a little part of it real quick.
100%.
Because this shit, like the verses, what gets like, what is the? I don't quite understand the chorus.
Yeah.
It sounds like some Afro Man type vibe or like something kind of goofy. And then when he gets into that verse. What is this mixing? This is like crazy. This is different.
Yeah.
Like what? Yeah, you want me to take you out to eat so you to better me? Bro. Like, bro, I love the little like swagger he has with that flow.
It's like that. It's almost Playboy Cardi-esque.
Damn, I didn't even think about it like that.
Because it has, and then also
Playboy Cardi could have featured on like half of this shit. Now that I think about it. featuring Cardi. Yeah. Oh yeah, he fits on this beat.
And then even Trademark USA, like during the bridge where the girl comes in and like he has that little, I forget what he says, but that like first listen, I was like, yo, this is Wayne. That's what I was like, yo, is this Lil Wayne? Like,
I wonder if that was some influence. And I mean, like, to get into this next track with this sample, I think this is where the influence starts to shine.
Yeah.
And like this damn near was influenced by some Kanye ass drums.
100%.
This is some like 808s and heartbreaks vibes. The samples are cut in very Kanye-esque. I kind of want to give that in quotations. But like that track and Scapegoats might be my favorite track because 100%. I think he just told us he's about to do what Kendrick did.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you that shit that you like up front. I'm going to figure out what you like on this first album. I'm going to give you more of that. And then in 2 years.
In 2 years, we come in.
I'm going to come in and I'm going to give you that deep one. I'm going to talk about my mama more. I'm going to talk about this shit more. Like, bro, that is so cool in my perspective to see it from this way. Because I feel like when Cole and Kendrick did it, because Cole did it too, that first album is more about the flashiness. Then we got deeper. To see it happen at the early stage and kind of like almost be able to go like, oh shit, I think he's about to... I think I'm seeing the future with it. Like he gonna go stupid. Like that's crazy. How'd you feel about that?
Yeah, 100%. I think we talked about it on Nevaland too. Shout out Nevaland.
Hey, shout out Nevaland. Go tune in. Go tune in.
No, but like even on there, I was talking about this song especially. It's like he's basically alluding to the fact his next album is gonna be like his version of Pimp a Butterfly.
That's what he's like okay, so this is the first one.
Yeah.
Get ready for the next
one. Exactly. And I mess with it. And I think it was like the perfect almost interlude in the sense that it shows you what this album is. It's like even like 5 years from now, I could go back and be like, okay, this is exactly what he was trying to do with this album.
That's what I'm saying. Like, are we about to get a moment where we go, hey, listen to this track. And then 2 years later, exactly. Now you can see the shit. Like, oh my God, dude, that would be so cool. Because like, I don't know how many times I got to actually, see that happen before it happened. Like also, you got to keep in mind, like, what if he doesn't? Like, what if nothing drops? What if like 2 years from now, he's like not even making music anymore. He's like in movies or some shit.
Or something. Yeah.
So doing some weird shit like that. But like I really hope that this is like alluding to something crazier. 100%. And I think it does because like you get into this next track, Range Brothers with Kendrick. Bruh.
Top of the morning.
That part is so stupid. We talk about that first. I think that part is so dumb. But at the same time, I see how it's challenging to the status quo of music. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it's like I'm hating on it from my perspective of my taste, but I'm not hating on it from the perspective of you're trying something. Right. This is interesting. We're not the Waynes. Okay. I mean, like this is somebody's gonna catch this vibe.
Right. Exactly.
I don't think it's me. But like the beginning of the song, literally the last minute, Top of the Morning comes in at like 1 minute 19 left of the song. Yeah. I know that shit like perfectly because it's like the beginning of this shit. I'm like, oh, this is so dope. When he's like, because like they were flow swapping. Yeah. And like just the way they were grabbing the beat from each other was so freaking energetic.
Exactly. That and then along with even in the background, the slight music changes. Like I was listening to it in the car, especially I realized it like
it's got those just slight tweaks that change it around.
Just change it a little bit when they switch.
And I think it's crazy that he named the song Range Brothers and they don't even say that until like the last minute. Yeah. Range Brothers hanging out the window. Like, bruh, it's crazy because it's so experimental. Yeah. And I think we haven't had anything experimental in a second. 100%. Like we've had a whole bunch of people try to ride this wave and this energy that like we've kept perpetuating through these like rappers like the Baby or these rappers who are like the mumbles or the high pitch auto tune. And it's like he came in and he's got like raspy weird flow. His mixes are insane, dude. Like some of these beats, I had to just go back and go, yo, what the fuck? The right headphone has just so many dope sounds, and the left has so many different sounds. Like he's doing something crazy right here, and it's like way different. And I don't even know where to place it yet on the good or bad meter because it's just different right now.
Exactly. I think that's what really stood out for this album to me is just how different of an artist he is. It's like even though this is his debut, it's like I'm coming in on a completely different.
He was like, oh, different energy. Yeah, like you've never thought about this energy right here.
Exactly.
That's so insane because. And I'm trying to like find a way to explain like just the way that like the listening had to go for this. Like for me, when I got to this track, I was like, okay, hold on, I got to go listen to somebody else's Freshman album now. Like this is when I had to go back and go, hold up. what did Kendrick's first project sound like?
100%.
What did J. Cole's first project sound like? What did Drake's first project sound like?
Yeah.
Was they rapping about a whole bunch of, like, was it almost what he said in Scapegoat? I'm just going to talk about the Porsches right now. I'm just going to talk about how fast the Porsches is, about my girls. And, like, I think when I got to the end of that song, that's when it was like, okay, like, I just got to settle on it.
Right.
And then when I came back to Issues, I was like, never mind. This is deep as shit. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I got new ears completely because that track was deep. That track 100%. Had the energy I wanted from a song. It was almost what I liked. How'd you feel about and he co-produced this too. Yeah. So like just to know that he had a hand in the production, but how'd you feel about that one?
Yeah, like same. I think it was, especially coming from Range Rovers, it was a completely different vibe. It was like kind of, it took me back to Scapegoat, where it was like I'm starting to talk more introspective.
Yeah, because he even interluded into it. Like he's obviously talking about his mother here.
Yeah,
like bruh, because there's that like part. Isn't it the part where he's talking about how like his grandmother
and him grandma missed you.
Oh my god, it's like I'm just like deep cuts, fucking deep cuts. Like this is like you're using your new flow to tell a story that I'm so interested in that 100%. The new flow is like going stupid for me because I'm so interested in your story. I'm just eating this shit up, and I think he's painting a picture, and then he gets to the verse where he's like run away and it changes. I think that whole part is like him yelling at himself, but talking like internally. And then the part before that, I'm like, are you talking to God in a moment? And like for a song to kind of like put me in that zone, 100%. Especially after I was almost about to write it off. Like, cause I was just like, okay, we pink panties into this. Like, what are we doing? And for that, I was like, damn, I think you really might be honest with shit, bro. Like,
because like exactly, that was crazy for me because it's like you could tell he's talking about his mom, and then you're like, wait, is he talking about himself now? Is he talking to God? Is he talking to like?
And that's the part because it's so obvious at the beginning. You're like, okay, well, who's the rest of it about? Right. And then that's like the speculation. Exactly. I love that part of the art being left out, so I have time to like digest it as a fan. Like I feel like a week from now, I might have a different opinion of how I think about how the speaking goes on the end of the track or things of that nature because it's open to interpretation as opposed to like tracks where I'm just like, oh, this is about females and this is about your car and this is about how you're better than somebody else. And like to get into that is kind of back into the album now, back into the variety of this Freshmen tape, which is what it should be. Your variety. We got Gorgeous, another co-produced.
Kanye. Yeah, this is just Kanye.
Sonically beautiful. Sonically, yay. Like And I think there was some samples on here.
Scars is Love Lockdown.
Yeah, there's Love Lockdown. I think there's one more. I think there's one more Kanye sample somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where it was placed. And I mean, I feel like I should know that. Miseducation of music. I'll put it on the screen here. Hopefully I found it. If I didn't, then no. But Gorgeous, that's a track where I don't really have much to say about. Almost like, do you? I mean, it's like the next two tracks, as far as Gorgeous in South Africa, I think they sound great.
Exactly.
But like, you got anything to say about them? Because I didn't feel like they were that deep personally.
Same. Like, I feel like I would say Gorgeous to Lost Souls, honestly, for me. Gorgeous was cool because it just reminded me of Kanye. So I was like, okay.
And that's what I was going to say. I feel like those were the experimentals. Somebody's going to catch those. I didn't really quite get a vibe from them so much as I was just like, oh, I see you're doing something.
Right. Exactly.
Which is weird because I don't know if I felt that about an album in a minute. But when was the last time I reviewed a Freshman album? 100%. Like, this is your first one.
100%. Like, 100%. And yes, I mean, it was just like, I don't know. For me, the middle was totally just like experimental. It was like, okay, let's just... I'm gonna try putting this sound in here. Maybe next album he's gonna take it somewhere else. But it's like for right now, it was just I don't know.
Lost Souls does the same thing though. So this is, and we're about to get into where you were going for it. I'm gonna let you take it over for the Don Tolliver joint because I want to hear your thoughts about that. But like Lost Souls, I give the credit I think you were almost giving to Gorgeous right there. True. Where it's like I feel like that was the experimental track that I was vibing with the most. Okay, where I was like, okay, like maybe I could see you doing more of this, and I could see me, like getting a deeper understanding of where you're trying to take that flow. But like. I can't knock the music here. Yeah, I cannot knock the music. I think he went insane with the music.
Honestly, I would say production as a whole, like production is
stupid. And he was so involved. I gotta give him credit for that too. Not a lot of people are that involved with their Freshman project, with their like just like I don't know. It seems like it's become more popular for artists to be on the producer side now, and he's really taking advantage of that.
Yeah, that, and also I don't know if you've watched the music videos. There's like 2 out, I believe.
I've only seen Family Ties.
Yeah, Family Ties, but then there's one for what's this song called? First Order of Business. So yeah, that music video.
We'll get to that track right there. I got a lot more notes about the back half. I got a lot more notes about the back half. Back half
is crazy. Back half is totally crazy.
Man, I almost forgot about that song till you just said it right there. I got to watch that video because that's one of my favorites.
But like, I think PG Lang as a whole, like even Kendrick's music videos are always crazy.
So it's just all going to be experimental. Because I mean, we can't act like Kendrick wasn't doing experimental shit. Yeah. And I think that's where I was really coming from with the like, I had to go back and listen to this shit. Because it's like, dude, Kendrick was doing some shit nobody was doing. Like, think about Goosebumps. Think about that feature. Put the pussy on a pedestal. Like, who was doing that? And it's just normal to us now. That's how much he did. And I'm just like, Baby Keem, I think is about to do the same shit. Like, one of these flows he has in here, or if not all of them, he's going to go ahead and just make it so it's like, this is just how I rap. Like, this is that normal. Because right now, it's jolting to me. That's why, man, maybe this is one where it's like, got to do another review in a year to see how it sits. Because it's like, these tracks almost sound different every time. And to dive into that, I want to hear your thoughts on this Coco with Don Toliver, because this Don Toliver, I was like, hey, Don, you going stupid.
Ooh, nah, I love this song. Like, especially at the start. Where it's
turn
just
up
like,
energy, start to finish.
Just everything. Like, let me hear you rap. And then music just goes.
The music is banging the entire time.
I love it. And then, like, I think even the verses as a whole, like, especially when Don Toliver comes in, like, the music kind of changes.
It shifts. The way I was going to talk about that from the instrumentals. From that instrumental standpoint, for you to set a stage as a rapper for that next verse to be set up, that's a skill. I give Baby Keem that skill right there.
So good.
But for you to then have that production feed into that transition, it made that track. I was like, oh, I would like turn this shit on. I'd turn up to it, like wherever the fuck we are, because it's just that. It's that precise in the way it's being made. Now, maybe it was made on purpose. Maybe they really just was like, yo, we're just going to formulate this like a little turn up track or whatever. I don't care. I really fucked with that one.
Like the music, I would say like sonically, it just sounds amazing. Whether it be just the verse, whether it be the instrumental.
Like, how did he do this? Like, because none of it's normal. I have nothing to compare it to. Normally, I can come on here and I could be like, yo, I could point back to a song from yada yada and whatever year, and I could be like, it sounds like that. It has these elements, and I think he's flipped so many things on their head. It's almost no comparable measure next to 100%. These. And then, so let's just dive into this Scars track next. And man, we are flying through this. This is not out of disrespect for Baby Keem, man. It's honestly like I think a lot of it is just getting across the point correctly already, because it's like it's such an open album.
Yeah, because it's honestly like every single song is just different.
It's so different. It's like I could individually break down each song so crazy.
Exactly.
Like if we sat here and be like, well, this one has these elements that make it fucking weird, but these elements that tie it back to what you listen to on the radio.
Exactly.
But like none of it was ever supposed to go together.
100%.
And then on top of that, this raspy, screaming kid voice. Like it's almost like a little kid voice when he's screaming on some of these bars. Now, 100%. Scars might be like, this is a tied in the top. I got like 3 favorites: Scapegoats, Scars, and then some other ones on the end of the album here.
Yeah.
And Scapegoats, freaking crazy. Yeah. But for Scars to come in like this,
nuts.
I was like, man, you said you wasn't going to give us that. But you still gave us a little piece of that each time, G.
That, like, along with the Love Lockdown sample, like, the drums on here were insane. Like, just, I keep repeating myself, but musically, crazy. The bells. Bro, what?
I wanted to play, and hopefully I don't get taken off YouTube for this, but like, come on.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about Family Ties. Yeah, we gotta hold up. So y'all have heard this one about on the internet. We talked about the video briefly. I think the only thing I want to touch on it is that one has the experimental elements without the top of the morning part.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the best way to say it. Yeah.
I feel like Range Brothers, the similar song. Which is
very
crazy
similar
to say, but like I almost wouldn't mind an album of it either.
Yeah, no, it's almost like they put the flow switch at the end of Family Ties instead of the front, and then just ignored the top of the morning part entirely.
That's exactly what they did.
Like,
but it's the same. You got the beat switch in it, got everything going on the same.
100%.
Now, I was diving into Scars because I fuck with that song so much, because it's just like praying to God about like how he's just like can't confess his, like people can't understand the love that he confesses toward them and shit like that. That's another deep one.
Yeah.
Very relatable. It's one of those like everybody's got a deep
Facts.
cut you can think about
Facts.
when you hear this one. And I loved the fact that he had that one on there.
Yeah, 100%.
Now the next one is Black Air Force music. This is Black Air Force energy.
Also like 100%.
Also created by Super Duper Brick, Kyle's DJ.
Really?
The beat.
True.
Yeah, do-rag activity.
True. But,
which is crazy.
Yeah, no, one thing I want to point out, we have talked about
I think I'm done with Travis Scott.
Like, yeah, Travis Scott don't be saying shit. Like, bro, I wanted to read this out.
I need him to drop another album so I can have an understanding. Like, am I just mad at Travis Scott features? Or am I actually just over Travis Scott?
I think it's features.
Because I didn't mind the Cactus Jack, what's the whole collective project?
Yeah.
I can't even think of the name of it. Jesus
Cactus
Christ.
Boys.
Either way, I listened through it a couple times and I didn't mind it.
It was solid. Very
like
solid.
It's in a couple playlists, my broad playlist where it's like hit shuffle, you know?
Right.
Like I fucked with it, but like these features, every one of them, like, drugs, random shit.
That, he just says bars. Like he just says lines, not bars. He just says lines.
I feel like he's just literally going, yeah, they'll buy anything I talk on.
100%.
It's almost like he's hit an autopilot, and I need you to get off autopilot, Travis. I know you got bars. I listened to the first one. I listened to the first album. I listened to Days Before the Rodeo. Birds in the Trap singing Brian Ignite.
Bro, what?
I'm a fan, man. Ooh. I'm not hating because I'm not hating just to hate. Like I'm actually a fan. And I want like, better music.
Literally on this, I wanted to bring this up. He said, "Ain't seen your ass in about 2 weeks, but how you doing?" Literally the next line, but this Bugatti cost me 3. I tended to it.
Like what? What are we talking about? What?
And then it's like, ooh, Jack, you an asshole. Like it just jumps to something else entirely.
I feel like he's just everywhere, and it's just like, okay, we know people will click.
Yeah,
we know people will click because we put Travis Scott on
vibey music. That's what it is. Like it sounds good. If you turn your brain off,
Janae Aiko also makes vibey music, and I'll argue she at least talks about a little something. It ain't about a lot of something, but it's a little something.
Yeah, facts.
His is a little bit of nothing. I don't know, man. I just want some new shit from him. Like, dude, do something crazy again. His voice when he came in, equal to Baby Keem, was we didn't want that. Facts. We had not heard that before, and now we fuck with it. It's normal to hear people come in with that flow. So many people have bent that flow.
Exactly. There was a point Travis had to be on every single album. Like he was going on his own kind of mini.
You was hearing that it's lit everywhere. And he was going stupid on future features.
Yeah, crazy,
bro. But like now, I'm just like, what are you doing? You phoning these in, bro.
It's literally
you walking in the studio and you going, this rhymes.
He's found his version of the Drake thing.
Nah.
Where it's just copy paste.
I don't want to put him there yet. Man. Now Drake is a copy paster. He'll hit you with the same bars, or he'll hit you with somebody else's bars.
Yeah.
I got a shorty named Texas, and she got a buddy named Young JB. Hold on, I wrote somebody else wrote that first, but we just gonna move it over.
Bro,
but like Drake gonna come in, he gonna come in and Drake it. Yeah, but like I don't think Travis is coming in and Draking it yet.
Yeah. I feel like I think on features he's starting to get lazy because. I still think
the London feature.
Oh yeah,
stupid.
Fire.
I give him that.
Fire.
I give him that.
Yeah,
I give him
definitely.
But I think Cole might save him as well with that shit. I don't even know, man.
Yeah.
Give me an album so I can properly dissect your flow.
Yeah.
I need to know, is this real? Is it fake?
Right.
What are you doing? Exactly. Give me an album to run that down. Okay, let's go back, man. Let's go back to Baby Keem, Boo Man himself, the title of the next track.
Dude, see, this is what I think. This is what I'm Too Sexy For You. What are the CLB songs called? This is what this is supposed to feel like.
I
feel sexy and blessed. Like, I relate to that so much more than I'm too sexy for the syrup.
Yeah. That's another one, bro. Future. Give me... I don't even want another album from him. Be 100 with you, bro. There's too many of those. But, like, there's another one who's like, bro, you're phoning in features. But, like, dude, this Boo Man, I was like, this song right here, played at a stadium. If I played a sport... I'm walking onto that.
Bro.
If I play a sport, bro.
What?
Come on, man. Those drums were stupid.
Blessed. With the horns.
Who put that together?
Barbarian flow.
Was this, hold on, let me double check. I believe this was also a co-produced track.
Really?
Yeah, he co-produced on so much of this album.
I know he did a lot, but like this track, the production on here crazy. It like at the start, you're like, yo, I'm in like an old Western. Like that's what it puts you.
How does and how does he grab you out of that energy and this like crazy turn?
Crazy.
Great track here, man.
Amazing track, yeah.
So yeah, no, only producer, not even co-producer.
Oh,
he produced this himself, start to finish. Hey,
different.
let me just give you your
different
props, my G. That's insane.
Yeah, nah.
This is just him start. Oh my god,
that's crazy.
Boo Man is just him start to. That's it's up there as tied one of my favorites again because this one was one of my favorites from the production.
Yeah,
bruh.
Bro, this is a straight Western.
Or it's like jungle music. I don't know. You could derive anything out of that almost.
It's like an old movie. That's what it is. It's like some old.
It's like old film. Soundtrack. Something's about to happen. Something's about to go down, and what it is Baby Keem's about to go fucking crazy.
And then the horns come in, and it's just. Oof.
And I can't believe he produced that, man. Yeah, no, that's up there now for me. Yeah, and it's up there against the next track. First Order of Business. This is my morning grind playlist. Oof. It's there forever. My morning grind playlist, like that. I've had that playlist for so long, and it's every morning. It's in there forever now. Yes. Bro, First Order of Business. Get it.
Mama.
I was like, this that music I needed. This that hustle music. It's definitely like his Why I'm Doing It song. Yeah. Everybody's always got that. When I was listening back, I was realizing those Why Am I Doing It tracks. Right. Like the like, I gotta show you, like, I'm not just grinding so I could buy the flashiest car and flex on your girl. It's the first order of business is to get this check and help my mama and then go help my partner. Yeah. Like, bro, such a good song, such a good meaning.
Good deeds and get good karma. I was like, oh.
Do good deeds and get good karma. I'm like, bro, in a world of drug music about killing people.
Right.
First Order of Business is fucking amazing.
Yeah, no, facts.
It's like, can you even say anything bad about it?
It's also with like, when he starts talking about his girl, it's like, are you going to love me in my 40s? I was like, bro,
love me in my 40s? Bruh, I love this track start to finish. I think he really put a piece of himself on it. 100%. You can always tell that on a track, and it's so obvious here.
It's so good.
Now, the next one. You know about this, right?
Verse,
okay. Verse. So one of my more popular TikToks, and of course I'm gonna put the TikTok on the screen right here. I'm gonna put it right here. Yeah. I was actually talking about this song on one of my TikToks. It's called Shaolin Temple. Yeah. All at risk of me going back and having to take this part out because of YouTube. I'm gonna play it right here.
Oh, you have it? All right, wait, bitch. Yeah, I want the fade. I want the fade. Give me my fade. I want the fade. I need the fade. I need my. We got a fade. Give me my.
And we're back. So I played it, or it got taken out if YouTube did not like it. But like that track was so good to me. I loved the energy, and I almost want to ask you which one do you like better, but then I want to talk about why that's not the way we should look at music. So which one do you like better? I'm not baiting you into some question though.
See, the only thing is the Kendrick one. I haven't really listened to it as recently.
Got you.
So that's the only reason I'm leaning towards this one. Just
understandable.
I just listened to this in the car. So it's like, when Kendrick goes off, he's like, I'm Two Falls, baby, Keem. Like, that's just lit.
Oh, my God. Like, man, for the cut to happen where the cut happens is crucial if you know the original.
Exactly.
Now, I'm only playing that clip and I'm only playing that snippet because it made me realize, even with the fact that I do these TikToks about unreleased music, if you don't listen to unreleased music correctly, it can ruin your opinion.
Facts.
When an artist truthfully has their form come out with that song. Right. Because when you hear a clip, it's an unfinished song. When you get a leak, if the artist did not put it out on their page with their permission, that shit is not finished.
Facts.
And if you can't listen with that ear on, you can't fall in love with those songs.
It's definitely not polished. It's not.
You can't fall in love with them though. Like even if it is polished, you can't fall in love with that shit because this is a prime example of how the art changes. This is the second time this happened. Now another one of my TikToks, and I'm being gratuitous, but fucking I'm putting another one up. But another one of my TikToks here was Loved Ones by Kendrick and SZA.
Yeah.
That ended up being Redemption on J-Rock's album. Also, the second to last track, I don't know if that's got anything to do with it, but you know, theorists in my mind. Yeah. But like, it's the second to last album in there, the second to last track inside that album. And it's very interesting to hear how the art changed so much over time. And I feel like if you can't appreciate that, it's always going to be like, damn, well, you fucked the song up. And you can't fuck the song up if you weren't supposed to hear it.
Yeah, no, facts.
So it's almost like, and just to loop it all back, I love this Baby Keem version. I almost wish Kendrick still got his little like part off with the itsy bitsy spider part. Oh my God, that part. The serving up a look, dancing in the drought. Shout out to oh my God, that part is so stupid. But like, I can appreciate that Kendrick was just, getting his rap fulfillment in, maybe doing some warm ups, some exercises with rap when it came to the way he was on it.
Yeah.
And then it was actually Baby Keem's track for when it became the art form for the world to see.
Yeah. Because like, even listening to this, I was like, yo, you could hear the similarities in the flow with the Kendrick one.
Yes. And I was texting my homie Rodder Evan about that shit, bro.
But it's like, so it almost makes me think that Kendrick was supposed to be, or at least he was on a version of this song.
But they didn't want to release the 8-minute, 17 seconds.
But they were like, hey, it's just all Baby Keem. And I mean, I'm okay with that. Like, I mess with it.
I am too. Especially with the fact that we still got the Have You Ever Been Punched in Your Motherfucking Face. That's I don't think you understand. That's 90% of the reason why I liked the song when I first heard it. Like when I first heard the leak. Because it was just like the energy on this song is different. Like just, have you ever, boom. I also like how he gave it an interlude.
Yeah.
Kendrick did not give it that like beginning kind of swell up into it. I think that lead into it made me go, oh shit. Like it's crazy how it like hits you in the headphones for that part. Because it's just like, boom, I want the fade. Like, oh, just that's the part. That's the part that I needed because I'm so used to hearing Kendrick that I want the fade. Give me my fade.
Yeah.
Man.
Like first listen, I was expecting that. But then Baby Keem came. I was like, all right, I'll take it.
It was like, I'll take it. It was like, I'm not mad.
Yeah.
Nope. Because it fits for either one of their voices. And you got to keep in mind, Kendrick did 17 million things with that flow on that track.
Yeah.
That he did not run that song straight. He literally does the Itsy Bitsy Spider melody at one point. He comes back in and does this like speed flow. He does triplet flow. Yep. He goes underneath the beat at one point. It almost sounds like it's just so much going on, man. Now, and just to not give too much shine to that over this Baby Keem version, the Baby Keem version is crazy. Freaking amazing still. So like I just want to say that before we dive into this last track 16. How you feel about it?
I love this song.
Really? Okay.
Really, I really enjoyed it just because it was like I think it was a good outro track.
I think it was perfect. It was either outro or put it in the middle and put SZA on it.
Yes.
That was the only other way. That was the only, if it wasn't your outro, I need you to just cut that joint in the middle of the album, and I need SZA to just hit me with some on the top, just a little bit of that. That'd be perfect.
Facts. Yeah, no, like it's a perfect outro. I think it definitely like kind of summarized the whole album. It sounds good. It just sounds pleasant.
It's like California top down, cruising on the highway type vibe.
So
I think he really pulled it together, man. Now your final thoughts on the album.
Overall, dude, I'm really excited to see where Baby Keem's gonna go in his career. Like I think that's the biggest thing. Like I think this is gonna be one of those albums I'm gonna keep playing. And like even when the next one drops, I'm gonna come back to this and be like, okay.
I feel that. I want to see how this ages.
Yeah.
I'm really 100%. Into seeing how this is gonna sound a year from now. Yeah. I'm really interested in his trajectory. Facts. I think, and man, it might not even be a negative because I don't think this is negative, but it's like one of those things it's like I don't want to say something that's negative.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't think it is. Either way, I'll cut most of those out because that was a lot of me over talking myself. I think he dropped it at the incorrect time. That's it. Okay. I think it's great. I think it's a great freshman tape.
Yeah.
I don't think it came out at the right time because I don't think you drop after Donda, CLB. Yeah. I think since he was on he was on CLB
and Donda. Yeah.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't on CLB. He was just on Donda. Okay, because I know he was on Donda, but CLB I wasn't too sure of. But okay, so he was on that album. Then he drops his song with Kendrick, and there's all this hype around it. It seems like the perfect time to drop. Yeah. It's almost made to be the perfect time to drop. But I don't think the public was ready to digest freshman tape music right now. Like, I don't know, but maybe I could be wrong. I want to see how the world takes it. I just don't. This is just my hypothesis. So look, if everybody outside, I walk outside tomorrow, everybody bumping Baby Keem, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It just seemed like when I looked at
shadowed.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I hate looking at charts, but normally when you see something like this happen with an artist who's co-signed like that, like I don't see him on the charts that hard for anything that wasn't a track with Kendrick, whether it be Range Brothers popping up on social media as a top listed track, or whether it be Family Ties being high ranking in iTunes, which that is the last time I'll ever bring the charts into this podcast because fuck the charts. 100%. But like it's just one of those things where it seems like it's just not catching everybody's ear in the way I thought it would. I thought everybody was like, if you dropped this at the right time, I was like, oh, this was gonna be everybody talking about Baby Keem.
Facts.
But it seems like everybody's not really talking about Baby Keem like that.
Do you think if he dropped something else as a single, it'd have been even crazier? The actual album release would have been crazier?
Yes. If he would have saved both of the Kendrick features, yeah.
Like if he dropped like the Don Toliver one, maybe like I think that would still be a really solid single.
I think it would have been a solid single too, but I feel like he should have almost. And let me look through the list really quick. I think he should have showed a different side of him with the feature, with not the feature, but the single. So if he would have dropped like even Vent, which technically doesn't feature Kendrick, but it's got Kendrick's voice.
True.
I think if he would have dropped Vent,
that would have been fire. Yeah.
That might have been a better single drop to then lead into like, oh, well, now we got to listen through. There's 2 other Kendrick features. Yeah. He's got a total of 3. And like now you're going to have like the nerds talking about it a little bit more on the internet and stuff like that. But then again, you know, as I said, everybody can be outside right now, bumping Baby Keem. Like, so I mean, that's what I expected. That's what I want because this album's crazy. But it just seems like it's not
right after.
It seems like people are not talking enough about it right now.
Because I think honestly, it was like a barrage of new music, especially with
whole bunch of new stuff.
And Drake, like that, literally takes up a quarter of the year.
That's
and then like
3 months of the charts. Bro, it's 3 months. It's like just sit back.
Exactly.
Drake and Kanye have it for the next 3.
Exactly. Like I think if he waited
and Taylor Swift,
October,
she could do it too.
Oh, true. Yeah. But if he dropped like October,
late October.
Yeah, late October, I think everyone would be listening to it.
He could have did a dope Halloween rollout.
Yeah, facts.
Would have been clean.
Facts.
But then again, it's like if Kendrick is about to drop before this year is out, he needed to drop now.
Yeah.
I take back everything I said if Kendrick drops because you can't drop close to him.
Facts.
You dropped it, that ain't no way.
Bro, no, 100%.
Kendrick would have to explicitly say on the first track, go listen to Baby Keem's album before you listen to this.
Right. Yeah.
If they dropped within a month of each other. I think when Kendrick drops, the charts are going to be a little messed up.
Like, especially if Kendrick is dropping this year, he drops a single October, November. Bro, this year's done. It's Kendrick Lamar.
Imagine if for Christmas I got a Kendrick Lamar album and this Spider-Man movie. Man, let's get the fuck up out of here, G. Hey, we're going to wrap this up and get on out of here. Look, thank you all for tuning into the pod. Make sure you're liking, commenting, and subscribing. Share this podcast with everyone who you know, and make sure to tune into this outro track you about to hear coming up right now.
Share with people you don't even know.
Share with people you don't. I want you to just send it to a random in your contact, man. Hey, thank you, Ananya, for joining us, man. I know you hear that track in the background. We got some outro music for you today. And we out of here.